Welcome to another day where ignorance is bliss. Andrew Tate is finally on Just Pearly Things, and I am looking forward to seeing how this one goes. So let's jump right in.
What is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
I'll say something.
Come on,
'Cause
ladies.
everybody's
Everybody's
gonna
going to
say-
educate
you know,
me.
the number one problem.
Answer all the questions. Come on, tell
The
me.
number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start from, because it's actually very interesting you say that. A lot of women say, I just want a man who's honest. And then the second you're honest, she's like, what? You did
Exactly.
what? It's like, well, then don't ask me for honesty. Of course I fucking lie.
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that one. I don't think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things. Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. Because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the...
I would dare bring up a question though, because he says the world is becoming harder and harder for men to compete. Has it not always been hard for men to compete? It's more that now it's just more publicized. But I would be curious. I hope they do discuss, how it's become more competitive for men in comparison to before. Because women always decided, and men always had to live up to women's expectations.
The high status males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman, if you ask her what she wants from a man, she's like, I don't want much. I just want to find a nice man who's a millionaire and 6 foot tall and funny and charismatic and interesting and spontaneous and looks after me and doesn't cheat. And is funny and good looking and strong. I don't want much. Like they name all this shit that most dudes are never going to have. And it's becoming harder and harder. And you end up with people.
Yep, I don't want much, but I want everything. Standard.
Top G's who own everything on the planet they could ever possibly wish for. And then you got other guys who have nothing. And there's this large divide. There's no longer any middle ground. You have dudes who can't get any pussy. And then you got dudes who are just blocking girls left, right, and center. And that's what the problem with being a man is today.
What about the women?
If you enjoyed the video, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think as opposed to my own thoughts. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. And I'll be seeing you on the next one.